Hi y'all, welcome back to Illinois Honeycomb Homestead. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make mini cheesecakes, okay, in your muffin pan. Yes, in your muffin pan. So today I'm going to be making the raspberry. You can make any kind that you want, any kind that you want. But I'm going to make half and half, the raspberries and regular cheesecake. And I want to thank my friends across the street for getting me some of the supplies. Let's get to it. First thing you're gonna need for this recipe are some muffin papers. Okay? Thank you, Jennifer. You need a muffin pan. It doesn't matter how many you have in the section, as long as it's a muffin pan. Okay? A little lemon juice. The butter. Don't matter what kind, just a stick of butter. 6.5 cups of cream cheese. A cup of raspberries. Vanilla extract. Graham crackers if you have it. Now, I didn't have any, but I got what I used, and that was the graham cracker pie crust filling that I already had in hand, because I was out of graham crackers. Not really, because I'm using it. Vanilla. Not vanilla. Graham cracker. You need some measuring spoons. You will need a cup of a measuring spoon, and you will need a half cup of a measuring spoon, and you will need a regular spoon as well. You will need a mixing bowl along with a nice spoon. Also need some sugar. Yeah, sugar. Even though I'm a diabetic, you can use sugar or you can use something to substitute this. But since I'm making it for some folks, I'm gonna use sugar. You'll also need a food processor or a mixer or your hands if you want to with the spoon to mix with. It's best to use a processor or a blender. Those two things you will not see me use in the video, but when it gets to that point where I'm getting ready to use it, I'll tell you what you need to do. And I will also have the stuff down in the description box down below. Okay? Now that we have everything that we need, it's time to get started. Let's go. You want a clean, fresh muffin pan, okay? Now we're gonna get started, and you can get any size that will fit. Just remember, it's mini. So if you have, like me, for a 12 slot, if you got more, that's good. It should look something like this. After you get all your liners in, now it's time to go towards the next step, okay? And that is your graham crackers. So this is the time that you're gonna get your blender or your food processor, and we're gonna blend all this up, okay? We're gonna blend all this up. You're gonna pulsate it until you get it kind of, fine, into like, a powder form. And then I'll tell you what to do after you do that, okay? Because it's 3 different steps. Take your cup of raspberries and put them in a saucepan like so, and put them in there just like this. It's exactly 1 cup. And then you want to get you a tablespoon. I measured it, so this is exactly it, like a tablespoon. You want a tablespoon of lemon juice. And you're going to put that in there with your raspberry due to the acidity of the raspberries. You just want a cap full, okay? And you're not going to add any water to this. You're going to put this on the stove, right? And you're going to put it on medium. And you're going to let this start cooking slowly, okay? Like on a medium low. You want to cook it slowly. You don't want to scorch it. You want to take your time over it because you want to come to like a liquid form of raspberries, okay? And it's going to make its own juices. You want that. And if it's not sweet, okay, then that's where your half a cup will come in at, okay? Now, the alternative is you can have a half a cup of sugar, or you can use honey, okay, for your sweetener, okay? I use honey at times for my sweetener, okay? But since I am making this for someone, I'll be using sugar, so you can use a half a cup of sugar, okay? I probably do half and half because I'm gonna do mine. I gotta do me some. I gotta do me some. But for this video, we're gonna do a half a cup of sugar with the raspberries and a tablespoon of lemon juice, and it's gonna make its own juices, okay? It's gonna make its own juices, and we'll be back so I can show you in another container, the same one that I had it in, so you can see what it looks like, and we'll go from there, okay? You're gonna take your graham crackers and you're gonna take it and you're gonna put it into your processor and you're gonna pulsate it into a powder form like this. And then you're gonna take your butter and you're gonna melt that and put it in there and mix it. And I'll show you what that looks like right now. Now that you got your melted butter, you're gonna slowly put this in with your graham cracker mix. And you're gonna mix that. At this point, if you, like me, I didn't have enough graham crackers, what you can do is you can replace that by adding a nut, like I say pecans or almonds or something like that, or pretzels in that sense. You can put that and add that into your graham cracker as well, and it will come to a thick consistency, and that can also be part of your base, and it is really delicious, so you can try that as well. And I want to thank my neighbor Christine for giving me that tip about the pretzels. So I was out of pretzels, but I used almonds, so you can use almonds. So now after you got all that good and it's mixed up really good, now we're going to transport this over to the liners, okay? So here we go. You don't want to overdo it. You want that bottom kind of covered. Okay. Now I'll show you what it's gonna look like after I get these in the bottom of the liners. All right, everybody. Now that I got it all in the trays, this is where the spoon comes in at. You want to make sure all this is evenly in the bottom of your liners, even. So you'll just kind of just take that spoon and press down off in there. Okay, you'll go all the way around and just make sure that it's evenly in the liners. Some of it is already in there like that. You know, I know y'all like, oh my God, this is going to be really gross. Really, no, because I'm also doing it the way that you can do it as far as being a diabetic, because you'll have your natural sweeteners in there. Remember I was telling you about the honey and things like that? You can do it like that as well. So this tray right here, I'm going to use as my for diabetics, and then I have the other tray is for the ones that are not diabetics. The only thing that's different is that you have honey for the sweetener instead of sugar, and the other thing is you can have nuts in place of graham crackers or something like that. Graham crackers is good too, but if you want to go really in depth of it, you can mix it like that as well with the nuts. Okay? And that's any kind of nut you want. But you want this as good and flat as possible, because what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the refrigerator and let it sit. Okay? And I'm going to show you what this looks like. See how flat it is? You want it to be flat. It's already sealing in itself. It's already settling, but you want it to sit a little bit more in the refrigerator. And you want to let it sit in there for at least 10 minutes, okay? Now we're getting ready to start with the next step, okay? Okay, now we're gonna be doing the topping for your cheesecake. Now, what I have in this processor bowl, because you're gonna need your processor or your blender or whatever you have to mix these ingredients, you're gonna need 1.5 thing of cream cheese, a box of cream cheese, 1.5. Then you're gonna need a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. You're gonna mix that good as well. And then you're gonna need your egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and 1.5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. You're gonna mix all that up until it comes to a good fluff. And that's what I'm getting ready to do. When I come back, then I'll show you what's next. That's when we get ready to put that stuff into the muffin tray. Okay, now in this part right here, we're gonna take this and a scooper. This is why I say get an ice cream scoop maker. And you're gonna take these and you're gonna go into each one of these container liners and fill your cream cheese filling in. Okay, gonna fill it on up. I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna fill them up, and then we're gonna come back when I'm done. Okay. Hey, honeybees, there you see. It was all evenly encoded on in. Okay. Now before it settles, let me pull you on down a little bit. Before it settles, you want to get your raspberries. See that? This number is straight, fresh raspberries. Yeah, I said it. I was able to get some. If you can get some, get you some fresh raspberries. It's even better because they're sweet. If you don't have any raspberries, go to your local farmer's market. If they don't have none there, then that's when you go to the grocery store and go in the frozen section and get that great value. The frozen, I said vegetables, didn't I? I didn't mean that. Fruit. Go in there and get your fruit at that produce section over there in the freezer department and get you some frozen raspberries. Okay, so now I have a chopstick. It always works. Get you a chopstick. I'm telling you, you'll see why. Okay, and you want you to have you a little, just a little measuring cup. You want to put your stomach off in that little measuring cup, okay? And I'll show you why. Okay. Okay, now you got your handy dandy chopstick. You want to put you a little bit just over the top of this filling. Just a little bit. Make sure you get some of them raspberries off in there. Okay? And you're going to do each one like that. Okay? Right in the center. Right in the center. So it can be just an even flow right in the center. Okay? Now, you can take it and you can swirl that bad boy around, if that makes sense. Swirl that on in there. Like so. Be creative. Be creative with it. Okay? And you're going to do all of them like that. Okay? All of them. And it don't have to be raspberries. It could be anything you want it to be. Okay? And when it's done, I'll be back with the finish. Hey, honeybees. Now this is the finishing touch of all of those. You know it's going to be delicious. So now we're going to put these in the refrigerator. You want to put these in the refrigerator until they are completely solid. It's going to be anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes. Just keep check on them. But I will bring back the finished product when we're done. Okay, honeybees, I'm back. And this is the finished product. Don't that look beautiful? So you already know. The girl's gonna taste it. She's gonna taste it. So I'm gonna take you and bring you down so that way you can see what it looks like in the effect. Good effects, because it's going right here in this mouth because it's watering, okay? Look, I don't know about y'all, but I know when something is good, I do a happy dance. I know y'all do too. When you know you don't fix something and it's flat, okay? So, hey, I had to do my happy dance because that is off the chain. It is off the chain. Yes. So, again, thank you for coming to L&L Honeycomb Homestead. And y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Did y'all really think it was over with? It ain't over with. I gotta give my shout out. Jennifer, if you watching, them cheesecakes are ready, okay? The cheesecakes are ready, okay? I got y'all. I got y'all. Okay, I know you watching. You might as well bring yourself on across the street. I'll talk to you later. Holla.